This part of red that we can see, that's where we're going to be watching for the rotation, and that is starting to push away from us. We've been looking at some steady light freezing rain through the morning already, a glaze of ice on elevated surfaces, bringing some consistent rainfall to the area. We call that training, and it often causes some localized flooding. Seeing a little bit of small hail right now in South Carolina for us, so that's going to be a bit of a lower risk. This rain, though, like I said, it moves through pretty quickly, and once it moves out, we'll see temperatures rebound again for the afternoon.
It's the rain. We can
and
hear
here
it,
it is.
is.
Scattered showers through our morning.
Just like she said. There they are. You can hear them on the roof.
Yes, grab the umbrella for at least your morning.
Right.
Look at the low temperature. Yesterday morning, our low temperature in Wilmington was 39 degrees. The record was 34 degrees. Winds are nice and calm, so that's helping fog to develop. So most of us are looking at less than a mile to upwards of 2 miles of visibility. Some models are showing a few flurries possible. I think we'll have a lot of dry air at the surface, though. Poor Randy is not feeling well this morning.
That's okay. I was just lay my head in her lap and do the news this morning.
Just lay down on the couch and do the news today. I've actually put us into a different model. This is the North American model, so we've lost a little bit of resolution there. That's so that we can take it all the way out into our Easter weekend. Even if Joaquin does not make a direct impact, even if it does, we are going to see a lot of rainfall. A lot of tropical moisture is going to be brought in and floated over this boundary. For this afternoon, we do have just a marginal risk of severe weather. That is the lowest risk category. Looking at a gorgeous morning outside, and it is feeling pretty fantastic.
We don't get to go to any of the fun stuff.
Nothing
good happens to us.
We'll do it on our own. We'll find a way. Those dew points are very, very low. The lower the dew points are, the drier the air is at the surface. 200-mile-per-hour winds, a central pressure of 880 millibars. This is a historical storm. It's actually the strongest storm that our National Hurricane Center has on record, which means it's the strongest storm on record for the Western Hemisphere.
Absolutely.
Good work yesterday, by the way.
Yeah.
You were on all day yesterday, it felt like.
Yeah, it kind of felt like it, just talking nonstop about the radar.
Well, so many people appreciated that.
The takeaway, not necessarily that there's a slight chance of rain, but really that it's going to be quite cold for the rest of our week past today. You may have heard over the weekend that we did have 3 Category 4 hurricanes in the Central Pacific. That was on Saturday. Well, here's a look at those storms now. It is time to start thinking about the weekend. I know we're only halfway through the week, but this weekend's just looking so nice. And I'm Gabrielle Diebler. We are at the beautiful and now sunny Greenfield Park Amphitheater. It is packed. There is color just everywhere you look. Digging out along the Ring of Fire this morning after 3 deadly earthquakes struck within 3 days in Ecuador and Japan. Rescuers in both countries are racing against time to reach possible survivors still trapped beneath the rubble. Bazi Kanani has the latest. I'm here with Jordan Baum. I'm Gabrielle Diebler, WWOI News Channel 3. Obviously, she is a belle in a beautiful, beautiful pink dress, and I have just learned enough about her to know she's super interesting. We're out at Independence Mall in Wilmington for the Taking Control of Your Health Fair. I'm with Krista Forrest from NextCare Urgent Care. Krista, it has been a busy day.
I love the tradition and the history behind it and the azalea bells. It's amazing. I love it so much.
It's intoxicating being out here.
Here's meteorologist Gabrielle Diebler with your Storm Track 3 forecast.
We are still looking at more rain on the way. We saw a little bit of a lull during the overnight hours. So we did see some flooding in some of those urban areas receding, but unfortunately we do have another heavy rain band sitting just to the south of us. And we've already seen some heavy rain in many areas this morning. Most of the heavy rain right now centered a little bit offshore, but just a few moments ago, about a half hour ago, we were looking at rainfall rates of 1 to 2 inches for southern Brunswick and southern New Hanover County. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on this band of rain, see how well it holds together, but I do think we'll be looking at some more heavy rainfall as we head through the next couple of hours. You can see that band forming. This is over the past 3 hours, very slowly moving northward and towards the west. So moving slow enough that once it moves over us, it's going to be sitting there for a while. So of course, rainfall total is certainly going to be heavy again this morning. Just over the past 24 hours, we've seen 1 to 3 inches widespread across the area. Some of us looking at 3 to 5, especially in those parts of eastern Brunswick and in New Hanover County, looking at about 5 inches in many areas, just easily looking at 5 inches for many areas in New Hanover County. So already we've seen plenty of rain, which means any additional rain we see, it's really not going to take a lot for that to become an issue and to cause more flooding problems because grounds are already saturated. We already have standing water all over most of the roadways this morning. So of course, like I said, it's not going to take a lot of rain to make flooding an issue once again. Still looking at a flood warning, a flash flood warning in effect for parts of Columbus, Brunswick through New Hanover County as well. The rest of the area looking at that flash flood flood watch still in effect through this evening. So of course, something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. Make sure you stick with us through the morning as we track that heavy band coming in from the south and pushing northward. We've been watching this system all the way since Friday, still tracking it off the coast, and you can see it really well on our water vapor satellite, all that moisture being funneled in from Hurricane Joaquin. So we certainly did not see a direct impact, but getting in a huge amount of moisture feed, and then that is being rotated right around that low. So you can see that rain right now sitting right to the south of Wilmington, rotating upwards with that low. So that's why it's moving very slowly, just a little bit to the northwest this morning. Fortunately, this system is slowly going to pull off to the east. So after today, we'll start to see a little bit of a drying trend. It's just for the next 24 hours, 24 to 36 hours. You still need to be very aware of the weather. So looking at Pinpoint Futurecast, paying attention to that heavy rain band, this is breaking it apart a little bit more than I think is actually going to happen. I think we're still going to see it holding together pretty well through the morning hours and then finally starting to try to taper off, but definitely still seeing those showers possible through our evening, and especially periods of heavy rain still possible through the entire day even after that band breaks apart a little bit more. Taking us into Tuesday morning, just starting out with some extra clouds out there. By tomorrow, just seeing a few lingering showers, and then following all the way into our Wednesday. What a beautiful picture. Look at that dry air pushing into the area as we head into our Wednesday. It's really going to be a fantastic day after all the rain that we've seen. So until then, like I said, still pay attention to what's going on. Watching that heavy band of rain. This takes us all the way into our Thursday, looking at another 1.5 inches is what this is showing, but I think 5 inches is not going to be out of the question for those southern counties near Brunswick, New Hanover, even into Columbus, those western counties as well. I don't think 5 inches is going to be out of the question. So take that with a little bit of a grain of salt. Heavy rainfall amounts definitely still a possibility. Like I said, we saw those rainfall rates just a little while ago of 1 to 2 inches per hour.
Thank you very much, Gabrielle. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
on.
You just really need to make sure that you're aware that flash flooding is, even if it's not a concern for your area right now, like I said, it's not going to take a lot. We're still watching that band moving northward, so stick with us.
That ground is so saturated.
So saturated. Like I said, standing water all across the ground, all across the roads, so just a little bit of a shower is going to cause running water on the roadways again.